Trying to.
Dan's a fantastic man. He really is.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dan French. This is the French Workbench podcast here on a Saturday. I got a full crew, a couple of new and unfamiliar faces, and we also have two familiar faces in studio. And if you guys don't know what this show is about, this is the most real and behind-the-scenes information regarding financing, real estate, money talk, entrepreneurs going on here in Las Vegas. And I'm excited, man. It's Christmas, right?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, man. I had to dress up. I felt like I had an obligation. If you guys like this content we're going to talk about today, please like the like button. Also subscribe. Make any comments in the comments section. I'm your host, Dan French. And we're going to talk today about housing permits. I want to bring that up. I also want to bring up, we have a guy in here. His name is Kiko. And he's from
Pest
Express. He's coming in. We're going to talk with him today about what he does. He's also not from Vegas, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to go over the housing permits and also the real estate market here with Brett. So guys, let's go ahead and introduce everyone across from me. I have my friend, familiar face, but yet Mrs. Doubtfire on steroids. What's going on, Rick Ray?
The Christmas edition.
Merry Christmas.
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm Mrs. Claus today.
Yeah.
And as you all know, it's Mrs. Claus that makes Christmas happen. It isn't Santa. Come on, let's be real, right? It's Mrs. Claus.
Absolutely,
She
man.
runs a household.
So,
Right.
so one of the things that Mrs. Claus is going to do today, hopefully we're going to interject it through the show, and hopefully some of you viewers can chime in and play in with this. I've got a series of Christmas riddles for the crew here today.
Oh, snap!
And there's some money. There's some bank on the line.
Are we
Whoa,
talking
just-
some cold hard fiat?
Cold hard cash, baby.
So,
Cold hard fiat.
So we'll get to that after the introductions. Maybe we'll ask a question and see what happens.
Yeah, what's going on with you, Rick? Brett.
Rick, thanks for coming in today. It's very big of you.
Thank you.
Big of him.
Anyways,
You know what's funny is when Brett came in, he couldn't stop staring over at you. And I'm like,
know.
I understand why. I see what's going on over
Rick
there.
kept on
Man.
saying, here, Brett, up here.
I understand. Yeah, I understand Brett, but Corinne was doing it too. So
You don't know Corinne like I do. Oh,
Yeah, so what's going on with you, Brett? Anything new, man?
man, got a couple buyers in the contract this week. Got a couple closings coming up early next week for Christmas. I'm happy as a
Dude,
kid in
you
a candy
went-
store, man.
How long did it take you to get those ears? Did you have to special order those?
I grew them slowly.
Right.
How did I get them? Very carefully.
Right? How'd that gym workout go this morning?
It went well, man. Obviously, I'm pumped. No, it went well. Got it all the way.
Show the red line, baby. What helps you out?
red line.
Right?
Breakfast of Champions. They should sponsor me every time. Red line.
Right? Let's
Yeah.
go over here and talk to Corinne. Corinne, what's up? How you doing today?
Great, hi.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Man, we always needed like a different female perspective, but yet she could still duke it out with us. Like she can hold her
She
own.
hangs with the boys,
Yeah,
dude,
man, she
trust
can
me.
hold
You know
her
what?
own.
Act like a lady, think like a man.
There you go.
That's like one.
She's already got this room figured out.
I was looking at those.
I know you were.
Eyes up here. Welcome to my world.
Is what gave it away is when you went like this.
Don't knock it till you try it.
So, Corinne, take me. What do you do here in Las Vegas?
I am a real estate agent
Okay.
with Keller Williams Realty Las Vegas. Actually, when I first moved here, Brett was my agent. I wasn't a real estate agent then.
Really?
Yeah, he was awesome. You know, we've been
So-
friends ever since. He still talks to me. Oh, showed me 60 houses, wrote 12 offers back
What was
then.
like 2011?
It was 2011. It was crazy.
A house in Mountain Edge
Yeah.
for what'd you pay for it?
189.
It was like 3 years old at the time. 2,400 square feet, man.
4-bedroom, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because it's like when you get to that level, Corinne, where you see properties like that,
Yeah.
it's hard to say, well, I'm going to go ahead and pay $400,000, $450 for the same house you
Yeah.
bought at $200. It's just hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
I looked it up, but I think it's probably worth at least $500,000 now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was big. It was 2,400 square feet.
It was. It was a really nice house.
Let's go ahead and introduce our guy here. His name is Kiko
Hello.
and Pest Express, right?
Yes.
And what's going on, man? So you're on the show. I want to say thank you for coming on. You took
you're
us
welcome.
time
Thank
out
you
on
for
your
having me.
Saturday. I appreciate you, and we're gonna ask some questions. But I want to talk a little bit about the entrepreneur side of you, as far as what you went through to get where you're at. Also, some of the challenges that you looked at going through COVID, and where you came from. So let's first start. Where did you come from? Where are you from?
I was born in Africa, actually, in the Ivory Coast.
Okay.
That's why maybe I still have that little French accent in me.
Yeah. So you were born in
A little bit. What?
yeah.
A bit.
Right. So explain to me where your city's at as far as like in that country you're from.
It's on the west coast of Africa. The country is called Ivory Coast.
Okay.
It was a French colony,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's about it. It's a small town. You know, I was born in a small town, but the country is pretty developed by now.
Yeah. So like when you made that transition, how many years, did you live in France? Is it France or South Africa?
Well, no,
Africa.
West Africa.
West Africa, but they spoke French.
It was a French colony.
Okay, it was
so,
a French
yeah.
colony. Okay,
Right.
so how long were you in South Africa?
18 years.
Okay.
Yeah, till I came to the state.
Okay, 18 years. Okay, so you came 18 years ago, and did your family getting here, was that somewhat of a challenge, or?
A bit in the beginning, yes, and then especially coming from Africa and seeing all this. I mean, the state, it's almost like
Completely different.
Oh yeah.
Completely different world.
Why did your family choose to make the move? What was going on
I
at that time?
actually came with my brother, just me and my brother. We had a cousin that lived in Southern California, so we decided to, come and see. And
Things
check it
had
out.
changed quite a bit
Oh, yeah.
where you're from
And
when
then
you grew up.
having to adapt with the English language
Yeah.
too, because I mean that
Yeah.
wasn't my mother's language. So
That's
I
a
had to-
hurdle. Yeah, people don't understand. Like, look, we have it easy, I feel,
Oh, for
because
sure.
yeah, I mean,
Dude, we do.
It's true because we take things for granted, and it's like everybody's accustomed to doing. Like, you have to come here. Some people have to learn this language, then they have to adapt to the culture. They have to kind of morph
Right.
themselves about what everybody else is doing. There's a lot of people too that change their last name because they feel like they don't have the same opportunity. Change it to like Smith.
That's true, yeah.
Or so. But going over the process of you coming here and then getting started. What are some of the challenges you face coming to, let's say, Las Vegas and getting your business started as far as the beginning parts?
Obviously, getting to the state to me was more having to do it yourself. Back home when we get this chance, we grab it. And like you were saying, here most of the people who lived here are, in a way, look at my kids today. They're spoiled. Things that they have, we've never had.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when we get that chance, we grab it and we give it all.
I think it builds.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think it
That's a
builds
huge
culture from my perspective. As far as if everything's given to you on a silver platter, you're not going to know the process of where you get to.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's good or bad. I think everybody wants their kids not to go through the same things, that they went
Right.
through because they're challenges. But I also think it does build character a little bit, that you got to give them something that says, hey, you need to go out and figure
Right.
this out. Like, I'll be here, but you got to go figure this out. You're going to have to take your lumps like everybody else.
Especially seeing, when you grow up, the way you grow up, and like I look at my kids, and I'm always trying to advise my son, and he's 20 years old today, but he always laughs and says, "Oh yeah, Dad, I remember."
He knows it all. He's 20.
Yeah, I remember. He goes, "What did you do? You came to the States. You had to learn the language." I'm looking at you.
Well, you
for
did
them,
you
it's
did
like-
nothing. You just
Yeah.
came across a whole nother world.
They don't know what it is. I mean, just the fact of things that's given to you here, you
Yeah.
have to work for, and you don't even get it there.
Yeah.
Well,
There's programs. I'm going to say this. So I have people that I know that's gone through situations where they had to get assistance from the state, all kinds of stuff. There's really nothing that like if you really want help here, for the most part, like you're not going to solve world hunger, but I'm just saying
you're gonna get it.
you have an opportunity
Yeah.
somewhere. Like there's, even if it's a small opportunity,
That's true.
it's a start. And I think
Right.
that's the hard part. People come over here and they're like, man, I'm going to hit. And you always think like, how do these people get these houses?
Right.
How are they making so much money? Because they probably, work together, right?
Right.
Or
Right.
they're forced to do it a certain way. So, I mean, I feel.
I mean, I remember back in the days, and that's something I was working initially for a pest control company before I went on my own.
Yeah.
And I had an accident over the weekend. It was a Saturday.
Yeah.
And this guy hit me real hard.
Hit you like in a car?
In the back, yeah, in the back of
wow.
my truck.
Wow.
And I was hurting.
Yeah.
And I called, my boss, and I told him, and he goes, "Oh, you know what, Kiko, just stay home and relax, and we'll fight for an workman's comp."
Yeah.
And I looked at him, and that was initially, and I'm like, "What's workman's comp?" He goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, you get to stay home, you relax, and you get paid." And I looked at him, I said, "No, I'm gonna be back to work Monday."
See?
So for me, I was out there working.
Yeah.
So for a person that's lived here,
Where you're
Over-
from, there is no workman's
No.
comp. You're like,
yeah, for over 30 years, I've never collected unemployment, never done workman's
Yeah.
comp because we don't believe in that. We believe
Yeah.
in hard work.
Yeah.
So we're not. It's like your brain, how you train.
It's
to
how
be-
you're wired,
to be
man.
spoiled.
Yeah.
You know, we're not.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we don't work, we don't get it. That's
Well,
that's-
there's always that thing, right? So you put in the work so that
yeah.
others under you can have a better life.
Exactly.
But then there's that catch-22, which is they didn't have
Right.
to put
Because
in
we
the work.
always, I always think
Right?
back that we never forget where we came from. That
Yeah.
life is hard.
It is hard.
So no one is gonna hand you anything over. Just
Yeah.
like the pandemic situation where things
Absolutely.
were handing out, to a lot of people
Yeah.
staying
Yeah.
home. That's never gonna happen back home.
Well, I look at it like this. So we all
You're
come
like,
from
you don't
different-
eat, dude.
Yeah.
we all come from different walks of
Right.
life, right? And I agree. I complete. So I'm not going to sit here and from my perspective, just say, well, for you, you're a hard worker. I'm not going to say, well, I know exactly what that person went through and they shouldn't do this or they shouldn't do that. Now, if I look at the situation, and like I said, everybody has an opportunity. Great for you. Cause I love it, man. Like you're doing great as far as, hey, you know what? I'm not going to take the easy way out.
Right.
I'm going to do it hard work because that's how I was groomed. Now, there's some people here, though, that also may need it, but do you use it as a life crutch, right? Do you use stuff like that as a life crutch where if you do get workers' comp, something like that?
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and say that, don't do it. I'm just saying, if you're using it, use it, but don't over abuse it,
Right,
right?
right.
And I think that's the situation. And, you elected not to do it, but I feel that there is something with that character. So going back to COVID, when we went through COVID, did you have your business during COVID?
I did actually, yeah.
Okay.
How long have you been in business?
25 years.
That's a
25
lot
years.
of dead bugs.
Yeah.
A lot of dead bugs. So, but you probably saw some challenges. I mean, I think everybody that's an entrepreneur out there, anybody that's a business owner, we really want to focus on business owners because we know that business owners are people that were really affected. And also, too, they're just like us. I mean, we're real estate agents, property management. We're business owners, and we just want to get their take on it. So, during COVID, what did you're a guy that likes to work, right? You're a guy that likes to make.
Yeah.
So what did you do during that time?
Luckily, we stayed in business, and now I think it has a lot to do with a lot of the stimulus that were given, where people were still able to pay for extra services.
Extra stuff.
Yeah. Now the bugs were here, and it was right before the summertime. So
Yeah.
for us, it was like, okay, well, the bugs are gonna come out. People are gonna go out of their way and still pay. So we hanged on to it. I mean, there were people who were, oh, you know what? Don't come this month. Come next month. We had to understand that.
How much of your business is, I'll call it new residential as compared to business commercial? Did you do business commercial?
A bit, mostly new residential, especially now with all the new home buyers and people getting into, and also we do have people losing their houses, selling their houses, or moving out of state.
So you
but
do a lot with escrow or with title companies?
Quite a bit.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys imagine the pandemic we would have with critters if they weren't getting taken care of, man. Man, you'd come back and all houses would be just going chaotic.
It probably really bug you.
Oh yeah, thank God for the bugs.
Thank you. I'll be in town all week.
So, I mean, look, everybody doesn't understand why, or not why, but really how big of a necessity it is to have somebody that's a pest control, especially for homes, right? And so we're going to bring this in. So let's talk about your business real quick a little bit. So through COVID, you basically are telling us that there wasn't really a drop off. You had stimulus and people still needed to get their houses taken care of, right? So
Yep.
what about the overall mindset of like, hey, should we keep the business going because we don't know? Like a lot of people restaurant businesses, I'll tell you right now, suffered. A lot of service industry businesses suffered. You know, why do you think that like you sustained that and you kind of persevered through all of those problems?
I also think it has to do. That's why I brought up my background. It has to do a lot with my way of thinking, my mentality.
Sure.
Which I wouldn't give up.
Okay.
A client that, let's say, for example, we do the service once every 2 months.
Uh-huh.
I would call and say, you know what, tomorrow is your service day. Oh, Kiko, you know what, I'm having a little financial situation. Can you come next month? So versus don't come at all. So I would say, okay, you know what, for this time, let me put you on a 3-month base. At least we keep the bugs away and you'll be happy. And when you get back on your feet, we'll go back to the regular thing.
Sure.
So for us, it was taking a bit of a hit, but
It
staying
was
in business.
it was putting in the
Right.
work to
Exactly.
to have those
Still showing up.
conversations with your customers and everyone. Yeah,
Or
exactly.
telling a client, you know what, call me when you feel
Yeah.
more comfortable.
Dude, no
Call
one
me,
wants to
you
have
know?
those conversations as a business owner, but you took it head on and didn't
Yeah.
shy away and said, "We're just going to do it."
know.
Right.
There we go.
I mean, not sitting down and saying, you know what, okay, well, I'm going to apply for this.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to shut
inaction
down
is
my
like
work,
the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
It'll kill you every
So
time.
for me, I was like, you know what, I'm going to stay, even if we're not going to be making the same income, but
Yeah.
we're still going to have
Yeah.
our face there. And thankfully, right now, we're kind of full back, in business.
That's good. Hey, I have a question because you said you were doing things with escrow, and I was a real estate agent all the way back to 1978 in California, and California is a lot more moist as it is than here, and you have a lot more termite. And I see that Vegas, for whatever reason, is pushing this whole termite thing. How often do you run into termites here in Vegas?
Not often, honestly.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah.
Very.
I've never had it
Very
come
little.
up on
I've never-
any of my
yeah.
VA buyers in the past 12 years. I've never had it once come up.
How about you,
Yeah.
Corinne? You've ever had somebody come up with termites or anything
No,
with that? No.
no termites.
Never.
Nope,
No,
not
it's
once.
It's too dry here. I mean, my dog doesn't even
Right,
get
no
fleas.
termites.
Yeah.
Well, so the reason for that I've been told, and maybe Kiko can straighten me out, is that it has to mostly to do with our soil content. So the critters can't lay eggs and reproduce in this highly I can't
Dry?
remember. Yeah,
Dry.
well, not
Dry.
dry. No,
Well-
it's either acid or it's the other one.
Alkaline.
Yeah, in the alkaline that's in the ground. And so when I was working for a large pet food company in management, the bugs came with those huge houses that had tons of grass, because then they bring in topsoil, and then they've got grass, and then they've got moisture, and it leads to a breeding ground of fleas and other types of things. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, mostly termite, that's what it is. But what we find in this town mostly, and I get a lot, is rodent.
Rodents?
Rodents.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know, I'll tell you. So there's a story I'm going to tell you about. So I was working in a restaurant. It's no joke. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like younger. I think I was in my early 20s. So this is a restaurant in California, and we're doing all the stuff, and people don't know this stuff. I'm not going to say the name, but we walked in where they have the food distribution of like how they direct the food.
Right.
And it was slow at that time. And dude, there was a rat that was probably this big just sitting there. And it's because they were feeding. There's other restaurants and places, and I just sat there and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me,
dude!"
man."
Every night I'm standing in my backyard, and along my wall, I'm in Summerlin. Along my wall, I see this thing that's probably like this run along the wall. I mean, it's a freaking huge rat, dude. I'm like,
Ew.
back inside.
Well, I mean, listen, if you ever got hungry, right, you could just go ahead and throw a
my
trap.
dog, dude, my dog's like, I'll be like, come inside, guys. Once I see that. I mean, this thing's like
listen,
a mini alligator, dude.
We have rats here too, and I want to talk about this. So we talk about rats, and that's probably one of our biggest problems here in Las Vegas. But they eat the trees, or they're climbing in the trees. I saw a house one time where they were just going at it.
So they're
There was
going
like
to get
15 or 20.
Yeah,
of
they'll
them.
go and get birds' eggs and everything. They'll climb up in the trees.
They're
I
actually
don't know
getting
where you guys
in.
live, but man,
Yeah,
rats.
they're everywhere in
really?
town.
Dude, I'm in Summerlin.
I get
Gross.
a lot of realtor calling me
Yeah,
because
about rats?
the house is being sold,
Yeah.
and what's happening is there is no the inspector comes in
Yeah.
and see droppings in the attic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, he wants to
Yeah.
to get rid of this because I mean that's
Yeah.
the sale is not gonna go now. Coming in, taking care of a rat situation, you can't take care of it in a week.
No.
You know, it's a treatment.
Yeah.
So what you do is you kind of prevent them from coming in by stopping them on the outside. And back in the days, people would think, "Oh, I have rats." You know, I don't want to say it because they feel embarrassed, thinking that they're dirty, but it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
No, I think it's scarcity of food too. Like you know, and the weather.
Yeah.
Probably plays. So there was a story somebody told me one time where they were in the living room and they were watching TV and they were not, you know, people that were dirty. They weren't. So apparently they had a dog door, and then one of the rats went through the dog door, went into the pantry and started eating oatmeal right out of the thing. All they started hearing was this crunch, 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 and I'm like, this really happened? They're like, yeah. They go, we had to throw away all the food.
So I got a story for you about rodents. Back when I was working for the grocery stores, I was a box boy, and this is back in 1972, 73, 74. Anyway, our particular grocery store had a huge vacant lot behind it, and all of a sudden, I noticed a mouse inside the store, and went to the manager. Manager says, "Yeah, go ahead and get some traps off of aisle 5."
Yeah.
So I put out some traps. We had an infestation of mice in this store, and we ended up, I swear to God, putting up a board in the back with everybody's name. They got X number of traps. You could set them wherever you wanted to in the store. And we had a contest to see who could catch the most mice. And you'd be walking down an aisle, and someone would have putting them behind the cans of soup or whatever, and all of a sudden you'd hear snap. And I remember standing in the back talking to a guy, and I had put one behind the baler, and all of a sudden I hear snap, and you look over, and the mouse is like twitching like this. But you know, we spent a whole 6 months in doing this.
I can't help myself, man, because I'm looking over here at Rick, and I'm looking at this breast right here, man.
This is what I'm talking about, man. That's why I took those damn antlers off, because I'm like, I'm going to be sitting here in the middle of a serious conversation and look at myself with these damn ears coming out. Like, how am I supposed to keep focused?
I'm sitting here like, I'm doing one of these. Like,
I gotta admit, that's where my eyes go to.
See? You think men are jerks.
All of you are actually just looking at Santa, though, aren't you?
Right. So let's go back to Kiko. So Kiko, so when you did that stimulus and you're going through the process of, because we know there's a lot of rodents, and we all have stories about what's going on. So your situation with your business, that stimulus, let's talk about that. Is that something you have to pay back? Because I'm not trying to pry into business, but do you have to pay that money back?
Actually, I never applied.
He didn't. He's talking about people got the stimulus so they could
So
say
you
yeah.
never applied for it.
You never applied for it. Oh, okay.
His
I
customers.
just felt like, you know what? I was in business.
I see.
Even though I'm sure I could have got stimulus. But I figured, look, my income, I'm still running.
Okay.
Maybe leave it for somebody else that needs it.
So you just bypassed the stimulus altogether. You kept your business flowing. Right,
Exactly.
that's amazing, man. Because that's a hard business. It's service industry, right? The pest.
Well,
so
that's where I go back, and I was trying to say that it has to do maybe with how I was brought up and how I got going. Because for me, I never believe in taking something that at the end is you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was
working. Why should I take something?
My apologies. I thought you were talking when I was bringing that up. I thought you were just referencing towards when you did the disability.
No.
His
It was
customers.
clients who were able to pay me because obviously they lost their job, but because they were getting the stimulus, they could have keep us as pest control operator. You know.
So looking at your business, then you guys have a high competition. I mean, there's a lot of pest control out there, right? So what do people typically look for in a pest control person?
I think for us today, most of our business is referral, and obviously there is a lot of company, but our business is very personal. Don't forget, we go into people's home.
People don't try to beat you up though on payment and stuff. They're like, oh, you know what? Can you do it for 60? I think a lot of people haggle in that type of industry, right?
It happened.
Yeah.
And we are, like I said, I was still very flexible.
Yeah.
But coming back to the point of why picking us over maybe a big corporation like Orkin for us, you are dealing straight with it's run like a family business.
It is.
And you go into people's home. I mean, entering somebody's house is already so private, so personal. So you got to feel that trust, you know?
Well, we're all self-employed, so this might be a little biased, but don't you guys feel that you want to help out the mom and pop shops, the restaurants, the places like that, than these big corporations, because
of course we could.
I just don't.
I mean,
Everybody
as a
does.
property manager, we could hire Orkin, but we don't.
Exactly.
We hire Pest Express.
I mean, what were you going to say on that, Brett? Anything?
No, I mean, yeah, everybody does or should,
Well, I think
this is one thing I can say. Every time we've ever called Kiko for something, and he's like on top of it. He's there, lickety split. He will move you into his schedule. He does whatever he can to accommodate you.
What is your business covered? Is it obviously it's rodents, if there's termites, but it says that there's not. What else do you guys typically deal with?
General bugs, overall, roaches, spiders, cricket, anything that has to do with bugs. Scorpion have been a big issue.
Really?
In this town. I mean, back in the days when we started, it wasn't like that, but now scorpions are.
Is there any deadly scorpions out there where people have gotten bit or gotten stung and then
not in Vegas, not that I heard, but I think Arizona has the black scorpion, but here we have the bark one, which is the yellow.
Just get sick.
Yeah.
So what does the black one do? Does it just pretty much shut all organs down?
You could die from the black one. Yeah.
What about snakes? You guys deal with any snakes?
As a matter of fact, I got a call one time.
There you go.
One time, she called me. A client called me one day and say, "I have a snake in my sprinkler box," and I was like, "A snake? You need to call animal control. I don't think I can help."
Yeah, snake. What's that got to do with me?
So that is that a liability? Why wouldn't? I mean, I'm just curious. Why just don't want to deal with it?
I was never trained really to deal with snakes, so
So
I wouldn't mess around.
No?
With it.
you just go out there with a 9mm, dude. So
But I think they do that in Australia because I
Then
have
you
a
shoot up your
cousin,
box.
a cousin that lives in Australia.
it's like,
Yeah.
was telling me that they do snake control there. But
Dude, I had a grandfather. Oh, I wouldn't say he's actually a great uncle. Excuse me. He was really old. Dude, he used to grow up. He used to have a shotgun. Right. He used to live in the woods. Really did. No joke. And one time I went and visited him, and we had a snake. I was just kind of hanging out with him, and the snake went across, and it was like a sidewinder. He just clocked that thing back. Boom.
wow.
Shot it right in the head. Right. And I'm like, well, okay. He goes, go over and get that snake. Pick it up. I'm gonna take it home and skin it.
that's what my brother
I'm
does
telling you, man.
every summer.
Yeah. And it's like, wait a second. So like, it's weird because it's just a different mindset. Like we're in the city,
Dude.
and I'm not saying anything, but go ahead.
So when I grew up in high school, man, my buddies used to take their lifted pickup trucks. We'd be in a back road. They would, if they saw lights, they would purposely go into the ditch to hit a raccoon.
Oh my god.
Like they would purposely go into the ditch and boom to purposely hit it.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the mentality where I grew up at.
we don't have any. We have
Now
any.
you know what's wrong with me.
Yeah. I was trying to figure that part out, but go ahead.
One of the things.
Now we know.
It all comes
It makes
together
sense,
now.
right? That's my Christmas gift to you all.
So, what other? Do you deal with anything like that? Like any,
About bees and hornets.
Bees quite a bit,
bees?
but definitely bees. It's been maybe a good year. It hasn't
No bees?
been like it used to be. I
You
don't know
would
if
think
it's-
they don't
like
like
it
the
used
hot
to be,
weather.
yeah.
I mean, is it really the hot weather that deters them, or not really?
I think
Yeah.
the heat.
The heat.
especially-
Yeah, it's
Bugs
really
in
hard on
Vegas,
it.
definitely for the heat.
Yeah. So you look at your business, and your business is growing, and you guys are. I don't know what your business capacity. So, do you have any employees that work with you?
I have a guy that works with me. Yeah.
Okay.
I decided not to really go so big on business. The business.
It's just more
side.
headache.
More headaches, and then you lose that personal contact
Yeah.
with people. And I look back, and I think that if I'm getting those family referral, those friend referrals, and all that, it's because of that personal touch
Yeah.
we have with the clients, where someone will call and say, "You know what, Kiko, you did my cousin's house, or you
Yeah.
did my mom's house."
Yeah.
So it's still kept like a mom type of business.
It keeps
you. Know?
It keeps you busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
good,
mean,
man.
I've houses where the kids stood there in college, and I knew them when they were 4 years old.
Yeah.
So imagine going to those homes, how it is.
So Rick probably can attest this. You can understand this part of it. I think all of us really. So I feel that there's a generational thing going on where the younger generation doesn't have that same instilled, hey, let's help out the fellow man.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
That hey, let's help out the fellow business, that because it's all like, hey, commercial, I got I got my iPhone and everything, and it's like, I just want to deal with easy, but the relationship part of it is going away.
It's gone.
And I think that's a big problem.
They know nothing about like customer relationships. That's my one big problem with anything
Well, they
in
don't-
crypto.
they don't talk.
They don't even have
I mean,
a customer service department. It's email me.
I had a story, and that's recently with my son 2 weeks ago. So we got an Uber drive from my car in the airport to the house. Mm-hmm. So here we get home. The Uber guy gets, get in. Hi. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then obviously after Uber, you gotta rate your driver.
Yeah.
And then I was telling my son, I told Nassim, I said, man, this guy didn't even talk to us.
No.
Yeah.
And then my son is like, Dad, I think that's great. He left us alone.
Yeah. That's why I want to give him a 5-star review.
I'm looking
It's
at the
true.
kid.
it's
I'm looking at the
true,
kid. He
dude.
was on his phone. And I say, you know what, Dad? It's two different generations.
Yeah. That's a
100%.
good,
I come from
great
somewhere
observation.
where I
Yeah.
like to talk to someone. You know what?
Yeah.
If I was telling him, I'm like, if I was an Uber driver, I would be asking people, where
Yeah.
you guys going? Do you enjoy this town? He goes, Dad, you got to realize when I go out with my friend, and he's 20 years old,
Yeah.
we like to be left alone.
Yeah.
And I think you should give him a 5-star.
Yeah, so to the
Yeah,
younger
no.
generation, that is
Yes.
considered being rude to
Exactly.
them.
Yeah.
You're not respecting
Exactly.
me. But to
So-
our generation,
An
it's
older
yes.
Uber driver
Yeah.
will talk
Right.
my ear off.
100%. That's a great
Yeah.
So,
observation.
for him, he was like, you know what? I said, so, Dad, imagine yourself being in my line of work. If I go into a person's house and I don't even talk to them, he goes, I will hire you, Dad, because I want to be left alone. I don't want my bad guy
So
bothering me.
everybody,
Wow.
take note. Your son's how old? 20?
20 years old.
That's what's going to lead to the metaverse.
Well, listen.
I'm just telling
so,
you,
So
right
look
there.
Here's what I don't want.
That's
I
proof.
don't want people to think like, because we're trying to explain from a different generational
Right,
perspective,
right,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So I understand the younger generation. I'm not going to say I hang out with them, but I understand them.
I understand these kids.
But listen, we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, you know what? Like your way's the wrong way. It's not about that.
No,
It's just
yeah.
what we're saying is that if you're wanting to be an entrepreneur, there's different levels of being an entrepreneur at this point.
Right.
You can be an online entrepreneur where you're, trading or you're
Right,
doing
right,
whatever
right.
you don't have to be somewhere. You don't have to shake somebody's hand. But it is vital to be in a position where everybody's working together in a position like this, where you're running a pest business or you're running a home inspection or you're running real estate, that element still has to be there. And I feel that
I think
it's
it depends
hard
on
to
your
connect.
business.
Right.
Right, it does.
You
And-
know,
and then when you
because
talk-
he's in a service business. If I'm online trading, I'm in the Brett Jenny business.
Now, for example, when you talk about shaking someone's hand, and it kind of give me a flashback. When COVID hit, that was one of my hardest things. Because
Not to
I
be able to
usually
shake
go
their
in,
hands.
either
Yeah,
shake a
yeah.
hand, give a hug.
Because
to my client.
that's your formality
I felt rude. I felt like I'm coming
Yeah.
in now. I'm like hi, and I'm standing away.
Yeah.
And I wasn't. Versus
Well-
the newer generation wouldn't bother them.
Right.
Yeah. They'd be like, why are you trying to touch me in the first
Yeah, stay away from me.
Well, I mean, and listen, and it's because life is becoming that way.
Yeah.
You can get all your food
Yeah,
just ordered
absolutely.
right to your house. You
Yes.
don't even have to see anybody.
Dude, you can sit there and order groceries and have them dropped off at your house. How crazy is that?
I can't stand that. Unless,
it's-
you
I
have
love
a
it.
physical disability or
yeah,
something,
exactly.
maybe. I can't stand it.
There's
Dude.
no reason for that.
We all watched that movie Wall-E, right? Wall-E.
Yeah,
Wall-E?
yeah.
I mean, we're there.
Yeah,
We're
well, you don't
there.
want to see me in a supermarket.
Everything's automated.
So Brett's gonna be just out of control.
2 hours later, but what did you buy? I don't know.
Okay,
So it's
we're
like my son. He wants to.
We're old
he-
people complaining about the younger people.
He wants to become a lawyer. He's
We
studying to become a lawyer. And I always tell him, I said, Dad, you're going to be an attorney. Aren't you going to talk to your client? Aren't you?
Yeah.
They have to.
You have to. you
Yeah.
know? But I think, like you were saying that, it's not really complaining about the new generation. It's just, I think they don't even know any better.
Well,
That's what you're exactly right. That's the thing.
Let's
They
ask
don't-
this question though: Is
don't
it going
know
to be
you.
important? Right? I mean, here's the
I
question.
think it's all going to be relative, Dan, because if they're taking everything over in the next 20 to 30 years, what does it matter? All of us will be gone.
Right.
What's it going to
Right.
matter? I'll tell you what it's going to matter, because I think people in general, for the most part, I feel that they do have to have some human element that they have surrounding. Like, I know they got their family, but I feel that there's got to be some way of understanding of how to communicate still. That's a form of communication.
There does. I mean, I think it's a basic human trait that all humans need. But
What
you
do
know,
you
I'm
think,
not going to
Rick?
say that it's not cut down tremendously with the new generation.
Rick, you've seen seen generations. What do you
So-
think? You think business entrepreneurs and businesses are kind of
I
away.
run into this almost daily with my middle son, who is hell bent on having an internet based business. Has been for years and
Right.
years and years. He owned an ISP He doesn't want to talk to anybody. He's a millennial. He
Yeah.
wants to do everything online.
Right.
But here's the problem. The problem is that almost every conflict starts with miscommunication.
Absolutely.
So if you don't know how, and you don't practice, and you don't communicate with other people, there are going to be that many more misunderstandings, that many more lawsuits, that many more
Do you know how many
conflicts
problems could have been never happened in the first place?
just by talking to
communication?
each other?
Yeah, just by talking
to each other.
Yep.
So going back, look, we understand that there's going to be a new wave of people of how they do and run businesses online. I just think that there is still a big part on how to becoming, interpersonal with businesses and people in general, and internally too. Like, if I went to work and I just didn't talk to anybody and I just shut my door, people are going to think I'm rude.
Well, I mean,
like,
you need
I'm
to-
just saying that's because it depends on the business.
It absolutely like him or like home builders. There's nothing you can always do online to build a home. You're always going to have to be physically building a home.
But what we notice
But you
now,
can-
what
go
we
ahead.
notice now a lot also is with this whole new thing, people are actually avoiding even seeing you. Even in the pest control business,
Yeah.
I'm getting new customers.
No, you're
Back in the days, they used to say, "Oh, I want my inside down." Now they're like, "You know what?
Just stay outside.
Talking
Yeah.
to me on the phone,
Yeah.
not knowing me. You know, I was just referred
Yeah.
to them. You know what, Kiko, just do my outside. I'll leave you the money in the barbecue."
in a barbecue,
I've never met you.
In the group.
Dude,
met you as a person.
last night I had pizza delivered, and they're like, basically, we're just gonna, where you want. It's
Right.
first instructions. I'm like, leave it in front of my front door.
no,
So
no,
I
no,
already
listen,
included my tip and everything.
Maybe
All of a
because
sudden
of COVID, but I mean,
I don't know. I think
maybe a part of
It's
it's
just-
COVID, but and
Possible.
maybe, but I get it. Like for me, I'm gonna want you to come into the house. I'll wear a mask if you got to wear a mask, whatever. But
Right.
come in the house, let's meet and greet. And I
at
don't know.
least the first time.
Right.
I mean, yeah, we do run where we do outside service and inside on request. But when I'm coming to your house, I would like to meet you. I want to talk to you. I want to
Right.
get to know who I'm dealing with. But like I've had client today that I've never met.
How long you been working with them? Like how many you've had them for years?
maybe like 6 months to a year. And that never happened before. Back in the days, people actually wanted to see you. They wanted to talk to you. They wanted your business card.
Yeah.
Hand me your business card, No,
I remember I used to sell homes back in the day where I physically had to take the people to all the homes, and now
Wow, yeah.
probably half the homes I sold last year, the people never even saw the home until they bought it.
Right, I hear that.
And I did everything online, video tours, everything.
Wow.
I'm sure same thing with you, Corinne.
I
It's
think,
changing.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a trend.
Right.
They're going to get to a point where we need to still
think so.
communicate, talk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as real estate agents, they've been trying to cut us out for years.
Absolutely.
Here's a code. Amazon
Yeah,
tried
absolutely.
it. Zillow tried it.
So how long you been in a realtor?
6 years this
So
September.
even in those 6 years, you've seen things.
I've seen, there's a
Completely.
there's a big change.
Yep.
I don't know if it's true, but I had a client who told me he sold his house. Now I'm not 100% sure about that, to a certain company maybe that buys online. He said that they made him an offer from him opening his phone, showing them the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he goes, that's how you went. They never physically came to the
Yes.
house.
There's some that'll give you the code. There's some
Yep.
builders.
That's
It's
incredible.
Like
Yep.
They'll give you the code to the door.
I mean, is that really happening?
Yes.
Or-
Yeah.
It is. It is. It
Yeah,
has.
obviously
It
he
has.
got a lot less for his house
Yeah.
because I think he
It
was trying
happens
to
a
get
lot in Las
out
Vegas
because
we have
they're
a lot of-
reselling.
we have a lot
Yeah.
of global
Those guys are
clients.
reselling, but he
Yeah.
said, Kiko, I called them.
Yep.
They had me open
It's
the
a
video.
convenience factor. It
Incredible.
was so convenient for them
mean,
that someone can buy my house and have it be that
That was
convenient.
shocking to me.
That's what sells.
So let's say this. You think, because we're going to have to wrap this up here in a second, but I want one last question is, where do you think, do you feel like your business is going to keep prospering in this situation or in this environment, or is it going to be more challenging for you with people and how they deal with business these days?
I think I would have to, personally myself, kind of adapt to this new way. Like if I think of a new person, like if I had to start my business today,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have been successful as I am because I'm a talking person, I'm a social person.
Makes perfect sense.
The new generation, or the new way of dealing with business today,
Yeah.
they don't want to talk. to
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a
It's-
generational thing. I think you brought
it's
that
a
up. I
new
think
way,
it's more of
yeah.
a new way.
Yes, yes.
Technology is changing people's mindset, right? And I think that's what. So your business, looking at your business, you feel that your business is going to continue to be prosperous and working online and dealing with things typically online and not as with people directly.
Right.
You feel like your business is going to keep going up.
I think it will stay up just because of my mentality of not really giving up. I mean, I'm gonna do what it takes to stay in business, to stay surviving above the water. But like I'll tell you this story fast. I know we got to move on here. So when my son was a bit younger, maybe came and helped me out a couple times in the summertime. And he would, help me do the house, and I'll go inside, and he will do the outside a bit here and there. And he goes, Dad, why are you taking so long in the house? I'm like, I'm talking to the guy. He goes, just leave him alone. Just let's go.
Yeah.
So just that. Going back to that, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But for me, at the end of the day, it's not about anymore going into a house and spraying. It's a lot into, you know what? How's your son? It's
you want the camaraderie,
Yes.
and it's not there.
and that's not there anymore.
So
Yeah,
guys,
That's not
go
there.
ahead.
Even out there eating out or whatever.
We
you
gotta
know?
we gotta go onto this topic here, but I just want to say Kiko.
Right, Kiko. yeah.
Kiko. Want to make sure that you guys check out Kiko and his information. It's going to be in the contact information. If you guys have any questions, if you guys need a good pest person out there, Pest Express, Kiko's the guy. We'll have all the contact information under the comment section, and then also reach out to him. We're going to segue and move to property management here with Rick. So Rick, what is happening in your world, man? Is anything new? I know it's Christmas time and things start to slow down. Is anything changing with you guys over there?
Well, obviously, look at the way I'm dressed.
Yeah, something's happened to Rick
Something has
overnight.
happened to me. No, everything is slowing down, and as I mentioned before the show with Dan, it's slowed down even more. I could not when I pulled up the stats this week. I was really quite surprised because we give you stats every week, and we've gone down, and I know this is Brett's area, but I'm just going to mention it. We've gone down just from last week another 6% in available properties. We went from 2,900 down to under 2,800, 2,700, and again the number of rentals has gone up another 2%. So what's the activity level been in property management? It's been slow. So when it comes to Christmas time, it won't start really picking up until the end of January. So this whole 2-month period is really slow for us.
Right.
As far as being able to get a place, man, if you're looking to get a place, now is the time because it's so slow. The competition is down. You just got to get out there and you got to pull the trigger. So if you've been looking, now's the time to pull the trigger. Other than that, as far as property management goes, what I was going to do was get into talking to owners on things, but because it's Christmas and Mrs. Claus has the holiday spirit, what I want to do is just to ask the group here a couple of Christmas or cold riddles and see where we go with
let's
this.
go for it.
And we got some money here on the
We got
line,
some
huh?
money. So the first riddle for the first person who can answer it, and this is pretty easy. These are all geared for kids. So
Can't call my daughter. I'm really bad. at
no,
No,
there
you
you
may.
go.
You cannot use a lifeline.
can't. No,
No,
there
you're
are no
no
lifelines.
calling
He
in.
loves puzzles.
There we
Okay,
go.
Okay, where does a snowman usually keep his money?
Where does a
Snowman usually keep his
snowman
money.
don't keep money? Oh,
Hold on.
Come on. All right, time's up.
Hold on. Let me Google it.
No. No
You didn't say you can Google it, bro.
Okay.
like
See how my mind thinks?
Let's go to number 2.
all right.
Who will never be hungry during Christmas? Who will never be hungry during Christmas?
Mrs. Claus, obviously.
No.
Santa.
Santa.
Wrong. Let's go on to number 3.
Man, you guys went
Well,
on that
you
quick.
got
Supposed to be easy, right?
You're just leaving it
these are-
open-ended. Supposed to go to the
these
next
are
one,
easy.
man.
We got to keep going.
We got to keep going. We'll come back to these. We're going to go through these quickly, so give you time to think about them.
Miss Vader says that she knows what the answer is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if you guys know the answer, go ahead and put a comment in the comment
Yeah,
section.
do it. Help us
Just put a
out.
comment. No, Brett, nobody looking.
Yeah, Brett,
That's
you
a
can't cheat,
lifeline.
bro.
Okay.
I'm not
cheating.
cheating.
Okay.
I can't see that far.
This one's real easy. If December 31st is the end of the year, then what is
What do
the
you
end
got?
of Christmas?
S.
There.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wait, what was that again?
She put that in
I
her
wasn't even
bra.
paying
Put that
attention.
in.
What was that
Wait
again?
a second.
Man, that got sucked up
I
like
was
a
an English
Hoover.
lit major. So
She just wants to make sure it's not going to be lost leaving here.
that's right.
Good job. Okay, one more. When this one's real easy, but it's hard. When does Christmas come before Thanksgiving?
Happy Hanukkah. No, sorry.
Well, when does
When
Christmas?
does Christmas come
Before
before
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving? When she's had a lot to drink. No.
What?
Oh, nobody got
Somebody's
it.
typing.
Look at you. Are you trying to? Hey,
No,
look at you.
look at
Oh,
Cecil.
he's over
Go ahead,
there.
go ahead again.
Cell
go ahead.
phones down.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
When does Christmas come
I don't
before
know.
Thanksgiving?
That's a hard one, Rick.
That's an easy one. All right,
Leap year.
let's go on to another person, and we'll come back to this because we're running out of time.
So Brett, Jenny, what's happening? So first off, we talked about how many properties are on the market, right?
Right, we mentioned it.
Okay.
There's
Oh, we're coming back to that.
Yes, because I want to talk about that with you real quick, and we're gonna come back to these questions. Mm-hmm. So go ahead. What do you got over here, buddy?
We got less homes than we
Are
did
you
last
cheating?
week.
Are you cheating off his paper?
He's cheating. He's looking off my paper again.
Hey, is that how you got through high school?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Remember my grades good enough to play football? You pass. All right, single family homes. I mean, yeah, we're down another, 300 homes. So down 6%, man.
Just from last week.
Just from last week. I mean, we're not even 2,800 homes in the international market. Like I said before, there should be realistically between probably 10 to 12,000 in an active market. But with that being said, that was a couple of years ago before we had the influx of all the buyers that we've had. So what should be the new average number? I don't know, but obviously higher than 12,000. Either way, we're at 2,800.
So look, so we have.
I mean,
housing starts and permits are up year over year. Now it's not as much as it was from 20 to 2021. So that means that obviously people are out buying homes still, and the new home sector is big. So do you continue to see these numbers growing on a more of a gradual basis versus just?
No, I mean, things aren't flying like they were this summer, especially with new homes. And you're seeing this too, which is you start to get incentives sent to you from builders.
Oh, yeah, they're
we coming in the door now. Oh, just so you know, we're paying 3%, 4%. Man, this summer they're like, we'll give you $1,500,
$500
on a $600,000 home.
So you're seeing the same things, Corinne? Are you seeing? You're not seeing the same things?
Oh, I am.
She is.
Emails every day from builders now.
Yeah.
3-4 a day.
Yeah, that are saying that these property or these places
bring
are
your
open.
buyers,
Brandon,
please.
bring.
Here's
So
the money.
I don't think the builders are by any means hurting or need to absolutely get rid of their inventory. It's just it's a little more of a buyer's market than it was.
Right.
You're not going against 20 other buyers and then coming in who's ready to go the highest and best right off the bat. That doesn't happen right now.
So Corinne, on your situation with your buyers, right? Are they discouraged of buying right now?
No, not at all. No,
Okay.
but
They're still buying.
they're still buying. They're still buying. Just waiting for the right house to pop up. I mean, they don't have to buy. I've got
What are your price points that you have a lot of your buyers in right now? Are you all over the board or
I'm averaging over 400 at least.
400? Okay,
Over
so are you?
400 up to 200
So I've
right
mentioned
now.
it in the past couple of shows that anything below 500 that's got a pool that
It'll go. It still goes quick.
multiple offers going over, and then anything
Yeah.
that's more 650 on up.
Yeah. It's a little. It's normal. It's not
Normal.
Sellers who freak out after like 2 days.
Yeah,
and not get
I
20
know.
offers.
Look, I am not getting.
Yeah.
So let's ask this question, and I want to bring this up. So I've had people tell me, realtors, they're great at what they do, right? They fill out an application or contract, and they go ahead and submit it. Now, I've taken people down to new home builders, right? And we filled stuff out. Where do you think the benefit is for somebody to go down and buy with like a realtor going for a new home? First off, go ahead, Corinne. Let's talk to you first.
I've actually done quite a bit of new construction homes, new construction clients this past year, and I think I pick up my phone. I answer my text. Try doing that with the God bless them, the builders agents, answering.
Well,
their
what I'm
questions
saying
and
is the
stuff.
value. So like a lot of people.
Absolutely. We still guide them through the whole process. It's the same.
And a lot of times, and
Yeah.
you know this, the builders offer a little more meat on the bone than if you walk through the door as a consumer and you don't know any different.
You don't know
You're
any
not going to ask for what you don't know you can get. We know what you can get.
Yeah.
That little extra meat on the bone that will.
One of my $1 million plus clients, they want new construction and they want to work with me. I mean, like, they will walk in, we're just walking in, and they will give them my name
Yeah.
because they want to be represented by an agent because they feel like, if you walk in without you or,
They're going to have someone they know on
they'll
their
own us.
side.
They feel like the builder will own them.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, I think that's true, and
You have to have somebody working on your side,
Right.
So-
Well, understanding the contract, understanding what you can ask for, and understanding when going through the process, it's not just I'm going to show up at a contract. You have to go through the framework. You have to go and make sure that the property and meeting with the disclosure or the transaction coordinator. You have to make sure that when you go through the upgrades that like, for instance, I've had a situation where people are like, hey, this person told me that it was the wrong earnest money deposit. Well, what if you don't have that money, right? What if you're somebody that's like a VA buyer that doesn't have it, or somebody that's somebody out there that doesn't have the money? So a lot of this information that we're talking about is important to understand that there is past, you don't just represent somebody just to say, put my name down and I'm out.
Listen, I'm sure it's the same thing with Corinne, a lot of out-of-state buyers. So you need someone there for the framing walkthrough. You need someone there for it is. You literally have a partner in crime, so to speak, to be there with you step by step, who knows what they're doing, has a relationship with the builder, can get you extra incentives. Most importantly, they're free for you. I mean, someone's representing you every step of the way.
Here's something a lot of people don't understand too. It's not just the sale, all right? It's not just you're done, you get your check and stuff like that. I think one of my biggest value, and this is why Brett and I are still also friends and talking. He was my real estate agent in 2011 when I first moved to Vegas. It's like, I'm still there for you after the sale. All right. Yeah. You need a plumber. You need a pest guy. Call me. We'll know people. We will still have that relationship with
100%.
you. Whereas the builder's agent, they moved on to another site. They might not even be in the industry anymore. So.
Do you guys agree that obviously going into 2022, we're trying to forecast, right? We're trying to figure out what people can look at going into next year. And I just want to bring up, the supply is not going to be there. The demand will still be there. We're not going to have enough homes on the market, my opinion. Yeah. We talked about it. Corinne, this is why I'm bringing this up. Appreciation on homes is saying that it's going to really slow down into next year, maybe to 7 to 10%.
That's still pretty good.
It's still good.
That's better than my forecast.
That's on the high end. What is your forecast on that?
My forecast, I think, we're 3 to 5%. And to be honest with you, before anything else, I was just looking at CoreLogic, which is statistics for across the whole country for real estate, and they predict the same thing. They predict, I think it was between 4 to 6%. Corinne,
what do you think?
I think, about 5%. That's still better.
That's normal. 3 to 5% is normal.
Yeah, that is normal. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit on the high end. I think it's going to be 10 to 15%.
We need to put wagers on this.
Yeah, I mean, Rick's going to bring some money on this next week.
No, I mean, everybody. So this is on air. Everybody watching.
Yeah.
Take note of.
What other things do you have to bring up with real estate? What other things can take me through, like some of your situations with your client? Did you ever get that FHA buyer closed?
Yeah. No, I mean, we finally got an accepted offer this week.
Thank God.
And you know what? Offer pad.
Good job.
So the other buyer that does have a problem with for VA that all these sellers were accepting all these other offers on that I got accepted was Zillow. Yeah, so what I'm finding out right now with buyers below 500, if you want them to stand a chance, go to these private label companies like OfferPad or Zillow, because the Zillow one, the appraisal came back at what Zillow paid for it. And Zillow said, sounds good. We just want to get off our hands.
Okay, let me say something though. They did drop the price, but they're still not dropping it enough. I saw Zillow prices, and they did the price reductions.
It appraised. They dropped it to what it appraised.
I understand that, but the reason why they're accepting those offers is because they're buyers that are using financing, and they're getting top dollar or what they're asking for.
They're cutting their losses. They're cutting what they're doing. They're not really necessarily probably making money. They're not, because by the time they pay commissions and everything, they're not.
So what I'm saying, though, is that, yes, you're getting your offer accepted, but you may be paying, potentially, you may be paying a premium or maybe over list if in some.
No, you're not.
Well, if the appraisal doesn't come in, then what?
Then they lower it to the match the purchase price, okay, so which is why I'm saying go with the private label companies.
The private label companies lowering the price
because they're a corporation. Okay. So you're not dealing with a normal seller who's going to be all emotional and say, well, my house is worth this and my house is. We've all had that conversation. And you're like, oh, yeah, no, it's not, dude, in your head. But with companies, it's strictly numbers, and they know that they just want to get out of this.
Yeah, but Zillow's the only one. Redfin, Redfin.
I just got in contract with OfferPad. It's going to be the same thing.
They want to get rid of the properties, but they're not like a dire need like Zillow's just trying to completely get out of it. They're not trying to get completely out of it.
Well, no, it's very systematic like all corporations do. They list it at a certain price. If it doesn't sell, they lower it and lower it and lower it until it sells.
It's all about the emotion.
Yeah, there's no emotional about it.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay, let's go back to Rick. Rick, let's do these questions again. You got some more questions for us, buddy?
Yeah, I got some more.
All right.
Let's
play the game.
Let's play the game.
All right.
Here we go. If Santa's 5 elves take 5 minutes to make $5, then how long will 100 elves need to make 100 dolls?
5 minutes.
5 minutes!
I didn't even hear the question. Just
You need to take me out for breakfast.
On me, I know.
Okay. Here's another math one. So
Okay.
I know, that
here
was
we go.
math, too.
How many presents can Santa put in an empty bag?
None. It's empty.
How many presents can Santa put in an empty bag?
I love this.
Santa put
As many as he wants.
I already told you his math.
Present.
0.
Nope. All right, on to the next one. This one's for Brett.
No, don't be singling me out, man.
Yeah, Brett's got to
It's not
get
a good day for that.
Brett, you got your red line, man.
You ready? Okay.
right.
A bald man got a gift from Santa and proclaimed, "I'll never part with it." What was the gift?
hair.
Hair.
Nope. I'll never part with it.
Comb.
Go! Oh!
He said it was for you. I was waiting for you to answer it.
I feel like I should get half of that.
Santa.
You guys.
I didn't even get a chance to finish though. She just jumped in. That's not.
You guessed. All right.
Hey, did you bring Corinne to try
I'm
to
a ringer.
take the money? She's
I
the ringer.
do. What I tell
knew
you
what
this
were
week?
doing.
I said,
Hey.
I said, you go, dude. Is she good? I go, dude. She's smarter than all of us combined. What I
Listen.
just tell you?
Okay.
Obviously,
I
Brett.
told you, man.
Okay. I got
Thanks
one.
for bringing the ringer.
I got one more new one here. Ready? What did the gingerbread man put on top of his bed? What did the gingerbread man put on top of his bed?
Gingerbread toast.
What did the gingerbread?
Gingerbread
man put
I don't
on
know.
top of his bed?
His house,
Nope.
a roof.
On
Man.
top of his bed.
On top of his bed.
Gingerbread.
Yeah,
No.
roof is above a bed.
No, on top of his bed, not above his bed.
On top of his bed.
A blanket.
Nope.
A pillow.
Nope.
Man, I don't know.
Gingerbread man. I'm gonna give this one no money.
Okay, no money.
A cookie sheet.
A cookie sheet. Oh my god.
A blanket. I was close.
You know, like I thought I had it too. I was so close.
I was
All
never,
right.
never
One more.
gonna get that one.
You want to go back and try?
Let's
do
try
one
over?
more.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
We
do
got
the
a few
other
more
ones.
minutes.
Okay, we got a couple more minutes.
This is the Christmas holiday challenge.
Where does a snowman usually keep his money? Brett, you've got to get this one.
Come on, Brett.
I will in second. Hold on.
Under his hat.
Listen, no, Brett is the only one.
Under his hat.
No, Brett should
Where
get
does a
this.
snowman keep his money?
You should get this one. You're from Wisconsin.
Under the snow.
You're from Wisconsin, dude. Oh my God, you're from Wisconsin. I thought you'd have this one right away.
Where does this?
Okay, you guys, you're gonna lose the money.
What is it?
A snowbank.
Come on,
I didn't know
man.
Dude, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, you pitched that you're always into snow.
You're talking
and
about.
you don't know about snow.
That doesn't mean I automatically come with understanding riddles, man.
Okay, here, we still got a couple minutes. Here we go.
Dude, you gotta like warm up my brain to do
Favorite part
this.
of
You're
the
like,
show.
Who will never be hungry during Christmas?
Never be hungry.
Who will never be hungry during Christmas? I'm going to give a clue out here.
Santa Claus.
In that.
Yeah, you gotta give a clue.
Dan brought this up earlier to me, and I can't remember if it was on the show or before the show. He gave me an either or question. So you should be able to answer this.
An either or. I got to have a little bit more.
what's the question again?
Who will never be hungry at Christmas?
Who will never be hungry during Christmas?
During Christmas. During Christmas.
During Christmas? The kids.
Oh, you guys ready? You're going to lose the money.
Yeah,
The kids because they get presents.
A stuffed turkey.
Oh, a stuffed turkey. Got it.
Okay. This one.
Last one.
This one's logical. When does Christmas come before Thanksgiving?
July. Actually, I got a little help on that.
Hey, you said no looking on that damn screen, you cheater! And then you're sitting there looking over.
It's not the answer.
Oh, it's not July.
You can't even cheat right.
Christmas.
I was trying to do you, bro.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
The alphabet.
Oh, I'm going to give you a winner on
Oh
that.
my.
What is it?
God.
It's in the dictionary.
Okay.
Is that the answer to what?
C before.
alphabet.
When does
See
Christmas
before
come before
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving in the dictionary?
Oh my God.
All
Why
right.
is that? Because it's a C?
Why
Yeah.
is July why is July not work? Because that's true too.
Okay, I got one more.
Come
week.
on,
I got-
one more and we're
I
cut.
got one more. All right. How many
Jeopardy
presents?
level.
How many presents can Santa put in an empty bag?
How many presents?
In an empty bag. How many?
Well, none. You said it's an empty.
How many?
10.
0.
I don't know.
$20 bill.
Only one. After that, it's not empty anymore.
Zero.
Oh, I
Zero.
see. I was closest because I said
That's
10.
what I meant.
All right.
Look at Jesus Christ! Look at her, man.
Why is it
Sugar
always
mom over there.
I know. Why is it always the women that leave
Dude,
with the money?
she comes
in
It's
one
like
time
the
and she
women
walks
got
out the door.
the nose for the money. Isn't that not true? Like every
You know
time.
what?
And-
This is
and-
I actually had to earn this. Sometimes
Oh, you
I
did.
usually
Oh, I had to
get
earn
sick.
this.
Right.
I had to-
Right.
And what's funny is
right.
it was the female that said, "Oh, I don't know how to do this."
I don't know. Did the female say that?
Yeah, the female did. We
No.
can look at the recording.
Females never
We
say
can
that,
look at the
no.
recording.
All right, guys, we're going to end the show. Thank you guys out there. We're going to be back here next Saturday. We got a great guest on Tuesday.
No, we won't. Next Saturday is Christmas.
Yeah, we will.
I'm going to
here.
still be here.
I won't.
You guys aren't going to be here?
Nope.
Oh, I got to cancel the show.
How?
Oh, wow.
No, but I do have a guest coming on Tuesday. We won't be here on Saturday, but Tuesday, and we're going to talk about contracting work. Really good guest of mine, somebody I've known for a few times now that we've done a couple of things on business, and we're going to talk a little bit about the cost of materials and things that's happening here in Las Vegas. And what you got anything else to say here, Rick? Any last words?
Hey, if you need some property, if you're an owner, landlord, and you need property management here in the greater Las Vegas Valley, so that includes Henderson and North Las Vegas, give us a call, 702-916-2200, and you can find us online at www.property-mgmt.com.
Brett Jenny, what's up, buddy?
Any real estate things? Give me or Corinne a call. Corinne, give me your info.
Corinne Lujan, 702-971-9293. I'm all over Facebook.
Got a website?
Oh, she's all
Yeah.
over. Oh, she's popular. She's
Yeah.
got it. She's got
popular,
money.
yeah.
CorinneLujan.com.
Got
There you
looks,
go.
Corinne's
she's got
on the
it,
big-
She's got it all.
On the big come up.
Kiko.
Kiko.
Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you.
you,
Like
guys.
you made the show today. Want to say hopefully we'll have you come back. We're also going to talk. I'm going to talk to you a little bit after the show. But how does somebody get a hold of you?
702-210-9778 Pest Express, or just ask for Kiko.
We'll put your information in the comment section too.
And for the new one, I'll try not to talk too much.
No, we loved
You
it.
loved it.
We loved
It was
it.
perfect.
It was great, man. We wanted to make it about
perfect.
you. You're our guest of honor.
Yeah, man.
So, guys, if you guys haven't subscribed,
There you
please subscribe to my channel. Check out lvhomeprofessionals.com. Check that out. Also, if you guys want to check out, I have other YouTube channels going on. Las Vegas Crib Tours. Check that out. And, guys, we're the most real behind-the-scenes information regarding financing, real estate, money talk, entrepreneurs here in Las Vegas. I'm your host, Dan French. We'll see you on Tuesday.